Sabhasangaha. So, how many ayatana are there altogether? There are 12. Why did the Buddha talk about these 12 ayatana? So that we could see the absence of an ego or entity. He wanted us to see that there is no ego, no person, no man, no woman. There is just these 12 ayatana. When we understand that there is no ego, rather, there is just these 12 ayatana, this very understanding may lead us to liberation. These ayatana are especially suitable for those meditators who are deluded by rupa, or materiality. Among the 12 ayatana, the Buddha talked a lot about rupa, didn't he? But when he talked about khandhas, he talked about just one rupa, right? How many rupa did he talk about in the context of ayatana? He talked about kayatanam, sotayatanam and ghanayatanam, as well as jivhayatanam and kayatanam. He also talked about rupayatanam, siddhayatanam and gandhayatanam, as well as rasayatanam and photabhayatanam. See that? All of these are rupa. As for mind, he just talked about manayatanam and dhammayatanam. The Buddha mostly talked about ayatana as an analysis of rupa. This is why those deluded by rupa will understand easily. This is especially suitable for those deluded by materiality. When we practice meditation, we will clearly understand what these realities really are. Where does ayatana come from? Briefly, nama rupa, just nama and rupa. What about the 5 aggregates? 4 of them are nama. In total, they are just nama and rupa. The 18 dhātu. Now we go to dhātu, or elements. We have 18 elements. Dhātu means that which bears its own characteristics. It doesn't follow anyone's power. No one can control it, because it bears its own characteristics. That's why we call them dhātu. What are they? 1. Chakkhudhātu 2, Sotadhātu 3, Ganadhātu 4, Jivadhātu 5, Kayadhātu 6, Rupadhātu 7, Saddhadhātu 8, Ganadhātu 195, Las Vegas Sayadav 9, Rasadhātu 10, Pottabhadhātu 12, Sotaviññānadhātu 13, Ganaviññānadhātu 14, Jivaviññānadhātu 15, Kayaviññānadhātu 16, Manodhātu 17, Manoviññānadhātu 18, Dhammadhātu. The reality is kakupasada, or eye sensitivity. That is kakudhātu. What is an element? That which bears its own characteristics. So what's the characteristic of chakudhātu? Just seeing. It's for seeing, right? If you want to see something, you can't use your ear or your nose. You use your eye. This supports seeing, but eye sensitivity cannot see. What sees? Eye consciousness, right? But this is supported by eye sensitivity. What about sotadhātu? This is ear element. Its reality is sotapassada, or ear sensitivity. Ganadhātu is nose element. Its reality is ganapassada, or nose sensitivity. Jivadhātu is tongue element. Its reality is jivapassada, or tongue sensitivity. Kayadhātu is body element. Its reality is kayapassada, or body sensitivity. Rupadhātu is visible object. Saddhadhātu is sound. Gandhadhātu is smell or odor. Rasadhātu is taste. And Phottabhadhātu is patavi, tejo, and vayo. Next, we have kejomshale, which is what we call eye consciousness element. Sotaviññānadhātu, ear consciousness element. Ganaviññānadhātu, nose consciousness element. Jiv, aviññānadhātu, tongue consciousness element. And then, kayaviññānadhātu, body consciousness element. For the last 3, we start with manodhātu, which is mind element. Do you remember when we studied the reality of this in the first chapter of the first book? What is the reality? Pankadvara vajana, or the one type of 5-sense door adverting consciousness, and the 2 types of sampatachana, receiving consciousness. These 3 types of consciousness are called manodhātu. Manoviññānadhātu is mind consciousness element. Mano means mind, viññāna means consciousness, and dhātu means element. How many? It is 76 types of citta. Excluding the 10 types of 5 sense 196 sabhasangaha impressions, which is the 2 types of kakuvinyana, the 2 types of sotavinyana, the 2 types of ganavinyana, the 2 types of jivavinyana, and the 2 types of kayavinyana, and the 3 types of manodhatu. The remaining 76 types of consciousness are called manovinyana dhatu. We have 89 total types of citta, right? So we subtract the 13 types I just mentioned to get 76 types that are called manovinyana dhatu. When we do pathana chanting, we see that word, right? We will study it more soon. The last one is dhammadhatu, or cognizable element. This means the same thing as dhammayatana, which is the following 69 entities, 52 katasikas, 16 subtle matters, and nibbana. How many of these are what we can call subjective elements? 6. What are they? They are the first 5 elements, i.e., chakudhatu, sotadhatu, gnadhatu, jivadhatu, and kayadhatu, and manodhatu. These 6 elements are called subjective elements. What about 6 objective elements? These are rupadhatu, sadadhatu, gandhadhatu, rasadhatu, and photabhadhatu, as well as dhammadhatu. These are called objective elements. The remaining 6 elements are called intellectual elements. They are concerned with mind or consciousness. What are they? They include kakuvinyana dhatu, sotavinyana dhatu, and ganavinyana dhatu, as well as jivavinyana dhatu and kayavinyana dhatu, plus manovinyana dhatu. These are the 6 intellectual elements. Altogether, that's 18 elements. When we study these 18 elements, we won't see an ego or a person. We see their nature as just elements performing their duty. In every moment, there is just dhatu arising and disappearing. So among the dhatu, how many are nama and how many are rupa? The 1st through the 10th are just rupa, right? And the 11th through the 17th are just mind. But the 18th is nama and rupa. When we studied the 1st chapter of the 1st book, we learned about how many types of vijnana, consciousness, there are, right? We have kakuvinyana dhatu, sotavinyana dhatu, and ganavinyana dhatu, as well as jivavinyana dhatu and kayavinyana dhatu. Plus, we have manodhatu and manovinyana dhatu. In other words, all types of consciousness can be classified into 7 dhatu. We should understand that because of chakudhatu and rupadhatu, there arises chakuvinyana dhatu. This means that because of 197